Namaskaram, everybody. Sorry for the delay. We'll start right now. You can hear me, right?
Yes.
Okay. Let me share my screen PowerPoint. Okay. I guess you can see my screen. Okay.
Yes.
So we'll continue with the Śaṅkarabhāṣya for the 5th chapter. We'll take from Śloka 14. Last time I think we just stopped right here. Na kartritvam na karmani lokasya srijati prabhu na karma pala samyogam svabhavastu pravartate. This is the Śloka. So here the Śloka is very difficult to understand. Last time, just a few days back, maybe a couple of days back, I uploaded just a generic paper on Bhagavad Gītā, different bhashyas of the Bhagavad Gītā. Did anybody see that paper, read that paper?
That was yesterday, right?
Yeah, I think yesterday, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So it says that the Śaṅkarabhāṣya actually deviates from the real meaning of the Bhagavad Gītā.
Yeah, a lot, right? Yeah. See, the problem there is the language of Bhagavad Gītā is very difficult to decode. And different ācāryas, my another guru, Dr. N.S. Anantangacharya says, Krishna is very impartial. He has given the equal amount of difficulty for all the commentators. So Krishna's words are not decodable easily. So it may not fit into any particular system perfectly because the language is like that, right? So that does it mean that all these ācāryas are wrong? No. What it is what K.S. Swami says is their intent is same, their expressions are different, and they are actually talking about the same truth from different angles. So that is where the difference is. The perspective from where you look at, that's where the difference is. Even if there is a river, say the river has a curved flow, and if you look at the river from one end, you will see it differently. Go to the other bank, or maybe somewhere on the top of a hill or something nearby, and look at the river. You will get a different view of the river. So natural things like just a river appears differently from different angles. Similarly, truth is difficult, and truth may appear different from different perspectives. That's the main idea. Okay, 1 second. Here, let us take this particular verse and a few verses from here. It's quite difficult subject here. Na kartatvam na karmani lokasya srijati prabhu. So here the word prabhu means the Lord here. Who is the Lord? Lord is this, we are only taking Śaṅkarabhāṣya. Lord is the Lord of this body. This body, there is somebody sitting inside here, right? That Lord. Neither agency nor objects does the Lord create for the world. Kartritvam means agency. That is, I am the doer. I did this. This kind of a kartritva is not there. Na karmani. We will directly go into the Śaṅkarabhāṣya. It's easier to understand from the bhashya itself. That way we will know. 1 second. So look at this bhashya here. It's happening here. Oh. The self or the Lord of the body does not create agency, that is, does not of himself urge anyone into action, do this. So the self is within the body. According to Śaṅkarācārya, self means only Paramatma, right? Ātman. That Ātman within does not say do this, does not give agency to anybody, does not say, oh, you have to do this and all those things. Neither does the self create jars, cars, mansions, and other objects of desire. The thing is, think about we create a car, right? A car mechanic, car manufacturer puts together and makes a car, puts an engine and a body and everything together and makes a car. Similarly, a potter can make a jar or a pot, or a construction worker can build a mansion. These are all objects of desire. We do it, right? That is, human beings do these things. Nor does the self associate him with the fruits of the act. So, self or Ātman within does not associate anyone with the results of our action. So the results of our action is not associated. The kartritva or doership is not associated. The objects which are created due to our actions, like cars, jars, mansions and all, they are also not associated with us. So what is this? The self is pure asaṅga, unconnected. But why does this happen? Let's go further a little bit. Question comes up. If the self in the body does not himself act or cause others to act, what then is that acts and causes others to act? So there's something which is making us act. Something is making us do, others do some things for us. So there is action going on. The vyavahāra, the transactions are going on. If the self is not the one creating this vyavahāra, then how is this action happening? The answer to this is the nature, svabhava, Prakṛti, the nature of Avidyā. This nature has Avidyā, has its essence, and it is Prakṛti itself, and that is Māyā. And Krishna himself says, Daivi hyesha gunamayi mama Māyā durateya mame vaye prapadyante Māyā metam tarantite. Here, the divine Māyā is this Prakṛti. And even the Shvetashvatara says, Māyām tu Prakṛtim vidyāt Māyinam tu Maheshwaram. So Shvetashvatara says, Māyā is Prakṛti. So the word Māyā should be just understood as Prakṛti here. That's all. Even Śaṅkarācārya says only that. So this Prakṛti makes everything, is the cause of all actions, activities, and things like that. So Ātman does not act. According to Śaṅkarācārya, Ātman has nothing to do with actions. Is this clear? Are you getting the point? I just don't want to continue if there are a lot of questions here. Just wanted to pause.
Getting the point.
Okay, you understand. All right. I assume everybody will understand. Okay. Now, next verse 5:15. Na adatte kasajit papam nachaiva sukritam vipuhu ajñānena vratam jnānam tena muhyanti jantavaha. The Lord takes neither the evil nor even the good deed of any. Papa is evil deed. Punya is sukrita. Sukrita is good deeds. So Lord does not accept the papa or punya done by anybody. Good deeds or bad deeds, it does not accept. So the Lord here is Ātman. Wisdom is enveloped by ignorance. Ajñānena avratam jnānam tena muhyanti jantavaha. The wisdom is enveloped by ignorance. Thereby the mortals are deluded. So when you say Lord does not take evil or good of any, that of any means even of his own devotees. Even if his own devotees are there, their punya and papa he will not accept. That's what the Śaṅkarabhāṣya says here, right? Let us look at it with a little bit deeper information.
Can I
Any
ask
question?
a question? Yes,
Sure,
please.
sure.
So you say the Lord neither accepts the good or the evil. So who is responsible of our karmic actions? Like, for example, our wrongdoings and good doings, we get phalam, right? So who is the grantor of those phalam?
Swabhava. Swabhava means Prakrti, nature itself.
Nature itself, is it?
Nature
Prakrti
itself. Prakrti itself.
Oh, bhaiya.
Yeah.
I mean, seen karma and unseen karma, even that is by Swabhava. Adrishtya karma, andrishtya karma.
Everything. All karmas are only Prakrti oriented. All karmas are related to only Prakrti. Prakriti causes it.
Okay, thank you.
I have one question.
Okay.
That means Lord is not tainted, self is not tainted. But what is, and Prakriti, do you mean that Swabhava means the Prakriti of the individual? Prakriti of us? Nature means, what is the nature?
Prakriti is matter. And the matter is in the form of external matter as well as our own body, right?
So the papa punya done by it doesn't taint the self of us, doesn't taint the Prabhu that is residing in our body.
Correct. True.
If you're in the karma yoga, whatever the form of karma, you can't get moksha. Does it mean that we have to go to the jnana state to get moksha?
How did you derive that information from here?
I know, I'm just suddenly it flashed across my mind whether in a karma yogi can directly, because we've always said that in other classes, being a karma yogi too, you can attain moksha. But some of this makes me feel as the Swabhava will keep acting and then will not allow you to reach the moksha.
See, according to Śaṅkarācārya, karma definitely does not allow you to directly get moksha. Karma among karmas, there are good karmas or bad karmas. The good karmas are yajñārtha karmas. Yajñārtha karmas means that karmas which are associated with yajñas. And yajña means what? Śaṅkarācārya in the
Krishna, did you answer me?
What is your question?
My question?
Again? Yeah.
I said, I am the self is not responsible. The Prabhu that is residing in my body is not responsible. Or, according to Śaṅkara, if you say that Prabhu and Ātman are same, the Ātman is not responsible. But the Swabhava is the Prakriti of us responsible. By when you say Swabhava means, is it our Prakriti? It is our body that we have come with.
Correct. Yes.
That is responsible for the action.
Yeah, Prakriti is our body and also the external Prakriti also, all connected. Our body does not...
Prakriti means the world.
The universe.
Prakriti means the world.
Yes, the universe. See, our body does not act independently without the world in it. In fact, right now I'm sitting on the ground, right?
That I understand. That I understood.
Yeah, Prakriti includes our body and the external universe.
The interaction between the external world and our Prakriti is responsible for the action.
If you look at it, even mind is matter only. So if you look at it, mind is also matter, right?
Mind is also matter.
So antahkarana, mind, everything becomes matter. That's all Prakriti. So actions are done only by the Prakriti.
It's feeding in between the lines, I feel this explains the theory of Māyā too, that Karma Yoga. Did you get me? I feel that if you read between the lines, this Karma Yoga also explains.
I'm not able to hear you properly.
I feel that this helps us to understand the theory of Māyā to illusion, what Śaṅkara meant by illusion.
In some way, yes.
No, there is no matter of illusion here. It is the swabhava that is responsible, it is said. But I want to know what is that swabhava other than the Prakriti of us, other than the Atma or Paramatma of us.
Swabhava is
responsible.
Swabhava, one second, one at a time. Swabhava is only the Prakriti only. It is not Ātman. It is not Ātman.
I know. Our Prakriti means swabhava.
Correct. That is our body and our mind.
That is responsible for the action.
Exactly.
That's what Champaka Mami, that this is not illusion. So
No,
Māyā
I
does not
didn't mean
translate
illusion or
so Māyā
reality.
does not translate illusion. That's what I understand.
No, I just wanted to know what is swabhava other than the Prakriti, other than Atma.
Swabhava itself means Prakriti here. That is the Prakriti we are endowed with. No, let me read you the Śaṅkarabhāṣya itself here, okay? 1 second, hold on.
Swami, I have a question that relates to all the questions that has been posed so far. It's like, so for doing any activity, there needs to be a will. And that will comes from the Jīva, right?
Okay.
And if so, to do any action, you have to train yourself to do that. To speak when you are a child, you have to constantly practice to come to a certain point. So any activity needs a will in the first place, and then there is a practice of that activity again and again and again. But then it all started from that one will, right? So how can the argument be that the action is of Prakriti and not of the Ātman inside?
See, the thing is, Jīva is only an apparent entity for Śaṅkarācārya, right?
Yeah, let it be Ātman then, not Jīva.
Ātman does not have any will. Ātman doesn't engage in any action. Ātman is Paramatma.
So then anybody, whether whatever age it may be, whether a child or an old person or a youth, should be able to do all actions instantaneously rather than getting used to it at a certain point, right? Like, for example, walking. A youth can walk pretty well because he's used to, he knows how to use his limbs, right? But when a child, a newborn child for 4 years or 5 years old, it's still learning how to walk, right?
Fine.
It should both have a certain aspect to it. If it was Prakriti which was doing naturally, both of those, the body composition for both of those is the same, right? Or is it the mind that is not developed properly?
No. See, the thing is, Prakriti for each of us is different. Our bodies are different, right? Our mind is different. Our capabilities are different. It's based on whether we are young, old, or it doesn't matter. So the Prakriti acts. So Prakriti sometimes don't act. That is fine. Prakriti is not homogeneous. My body constitution is not the same as anybody else's body constitution. I may be unable to walk because of some nervous disability. That's my body. So my body, somebody else's body are all different, and that kind of this separation is allowed. Prakriti acts, but it only acts based on the capability. There is no issue here. I don't think so. Anyway, think about it. We'll talk again, right? No issue. So, see, all Prakriti is complicated. It's not just one Prakriti. Prakriti is the whole external world and our body. And body is also external to Ātman.
That is true. That is agreed.
Yeah, next, let's go back and see what is the Swabhava. The question came up as Swabhava, right?
Aren't we able to control our actions? Or is it also an illusion saying that, oh, we are thinking that we are controlling the action, but
we are controlling the action, but what are you controlling the action? What is involved in your action? Tell me. What is involved? There is a
I just want to know what is Swabhava.
I will come back. Chamka Mami, wait for 2 minutes. Let me finish this
Yes.
other question.
Okay.
Just wait for, I'm coming to Swabhava. Here,
Okay.
see, action means ichcha, desire to do something. Then prayatna, you try, and it will happen. It may happen, it will not, it may not happen. So this is what it is. Karma, ichcha, kriya, ichcha, jnana, kriya are all three associated. Ichcha is desire. Jnana means knowledge to do something. And then kriya, that will take action, implementation. These three are always required.
Here you means what, according to Śaṅkarācārya?
What?
You means what? It is not Ātman, but is it the Prakṛti? Prakṛti disassociated with the Ātma, or Prakṛti in the Prakṛti with the Ātman?
Good question. Good question. There is always a you involved. There is a Jivatma involved in Śaṅkarācārya's view also. But that Jivatma is not a distinct entity. Jivatma is like an image. If suppose sun shines on the river water, because of the disturbance in the surface, the river water can shake and the sun's image shakes. But does it mean that
reflection cannot work? No. That reflection doesn't have any identity of its own work.
So the thing is, reflection is just an analogy here, right?
That I understood.
So the thing is, the Jivatma is like a reflection. And whatever that does, the reflection does not affect the sun. Whatever happens to the reflection doesn't affect the sun.
That I know, but that reflection means what? Does it have a doership?
Does it have a what?
Does it have a doership or enjoyership?
See, the doership and all can be associated with the individual. Yes. The doership
That
can be
individual is what?
Individual is that reflection, the Jivatma, right?
But Jivatma is a reflection of, it doesn't have doership.
Jivatma can have doership according to Śaṅkarācārya. Jiva, see, 1 second. Please understand what a Jiva is here. The true Jiva is Paramatma itself for Śaṅkarācārya.
Yes. That no.
That Paramatma does not have any doership.
Yes.
But the thing is, there is a person, karta, bhokta, I am thinking I am the enjoyer. I want to do this yajna, to do certain, I have to go to heaven tomorrow.
What is that?
So this individual is still there. But that individual
means, is it individual Atma or Prakriti, or associated with individual Atma and Prakriti?
There is no individual Atma according to Śaṅkarācārya. It is a reflection of consciousness, that is Ātman, the true Ātman, in our antahkarana, or the inner organ, our mind, body, intellect. It's just a reflection. It as if it moves, as if it is thinking, as if it is acting, as if it is willing. But the Ātman is separate. These are good questions, by the way. These are not, other people may thinking why these questions are coming up. But the thing is,
but I think that the reflection has got some individuality. to do
Yes,
associativity.
reflection has to have individuality. Jivatma has kartatva, bhoktatva, jñātritva in its own way.
And that is the false image here, is it? That action that Jiva thinks that it is his is what is.
You see, the Jiva limitedly thinks that it exists and all those things because of the association of body, mind, intellect. Right? When you look at who is this Jiva, who am I? Suppose I am the doer. I think that today I want to do yajna to go to heaven after I die. Suppose I think that way. Then I think on who am I? Who should go to heaven? Who am I? If I think properly, oh, am I the body? Am I the mind? Am I my ego? If I start thinking deeply, that Jiva does not exist.
So according to Śaṅkara, the image of the sun is so powerful, or the sun is so powerful that the image starts to have an identity of its own. Image starts to assume an identity of its own because of the association with Prakṛti, is it?
Yes, that's true. Association with body, mind, intellect, complete.
That's what you have to tell.
Yeah. See, these are all, the thing is, these are all analogies, right? The thing is, you can only get one level of understanding there. And so this is a mental model. Whether it is Advaita, Advaita, Vishishtadvaita, anything, they're all mental models of reality. What reality is, you have to experience and find out. And Śaṅkarācārya says, I have experienced this and I have found out this is what the truth is. Okay, now let's go and try to answer Champaka Mami's question, what is Swabhava? I will read Śaṅkarabhāṣya right directly. Please hold on. Let me stop sharing and come back. Just a second, please. Stop share. Okay, stop share. Now I'll share Śaṅkarabhāṣya somewhere. Swabhava. It has to be there somewhere. Let me just 1 second. I'll find it for you. So I'm going to share now. So I'll share my screen. Unfortunately, I am not able to. I'm not able to share in Sanskrit. I can do it if you want. It's going to be a little bit difficult. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can show that. Let me get the Advaita Sharada.net. Yeah, I can now share. Stop sharing. Now I can share the Sanskrit version. The Advaita Sharada.net. Yeah, here it is. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Swabhavastu pravartate. This word Swabhava means here, napi rathadi. Okay. Swabha atra uchyate. Swabhavastu swabhavaha swabhavaha. So means your own nature, right? Your nature means Avidyā lakshana prakritihi. That is that which has ignorance as an attribute. Avidya, ignorance. Prakritihi. This is same as body. Prakriti, Māyā. Daivishesha gunamayi mama Māyā duratya ityadina vakshamana. So this, whatever this Māyā is, same as what Lord Krishna says as Daivishesha gunamayi mama Māyā duratya. So this Māyā is this Prakriti, this universe, which includes the body. And that is the nature of us. Our nature is exhibited because of our body. That is, our body defines our nature in a way. That's what is mentioned here. Do you understand?
Oh, here I have a question. I want to know what is that swa. Swa. Bhava I can understand. But what is that swa means? What is that individual swa?
Swa is self, right?
Self means individual self.
See, yeah, exactly. When I start looking at myself, or what do you call, these are all, see, the very fact that this universe is unconnected with me, right? I am thinking this is my body. I am thinking I am sitting here. But this body is unconnected to me. But it is associated with me. And that is what is swa. Swa is my connection to this universe.
My connection to the body also.
To the body also.
So we have that individual self, maybe reflection, whatever it is, it has got an individuality, that means.
Yes.
Even
there is an individuality.
Śaṅkarācārya accepts the individuality of Jīva.
Correct. Śaṅkarācārya accepts individuality of Jīva. But what he says is that doesn't seem to be real. When you look deeper, that Jivatma, there is only one Atma, and that one Atma is not many, and it is not individual to any particular body. It appears like that. Right now, the consciousness, because of there is adhyasa, superimposition, I am thinking I am this body.
So the realization of that is called moksha.
Correct. The realization is there is only one Atman, and there is all these superimpositions or erroneous superimpositions due to some avidya. And what is that avidya? Avidya is the Prakriti itself. This nature itself is the universe itself is of the nature of ignorance. The very fact
not only the nature, the nature plus associated with I also.
Correct.
Us.
True. Truly, that I is not our individual. The true I is Paramatma itself. Right now, because of the adhyasta nature, because of the superimposition, that I seem to be associated with this body, mind, intellect. I think that, oh, I am associated with my body, my intelligence, and things like that. There's an error.
So it is the mistake. It is the mistaken I, ignorant I.
Exactly. There's a mistaken I. The true I is only one Atman, which has no nirdosha, pure, nirvishesha, no any specific characteristics. Sarva samsara dharma varjita. That's what Śaṅkarācārya says. Any universal nature cannot be associated with this Atman.
Swami, say, for example, if the Atma's ignorance goes away and the Atma realizes that it is not the body or itself for that matter, would it be aware that it is still there, or nothing will occur to it? Like,
good question. Thing is, Śaṅkarācārya answers this question in Narada Sanat Kumara Samvada in the Upanishad. He says, Swatman api na janati. Atman doesn't know himself either. There is no knowledge of anything. It is pure knowledge. It is knowledge itself, but there is no knowership. Knowledge doesn't know. The knowledge is Swarupa, Jnana Swarupa. It is made of knowledge, like a lump of gold.
So that means Champaka is the mistaken I, or Krishna is the mistaken I.
Exactly. These are all mistaken eyes. Avidyā lakshana only.
Here, this what I asked earlier. This is when during Karma Yoga, we only get Jīva Mukta. Do we really get the Mukta where we go to the other world and adore moksha in the other world? I mean, we don't come back, no rebirth and birth.
What is that other world means?
I don't know whether you understand.
No, I don't understand why are you bringing Karma Yoga and Jivana Mukti here? I don't understand how Jivana Mukti comes here.
No, once you get the realization you spoke about now, the Avidyā is removed and we get realization. That is, we are still living in the world. We are not dead as yet. Isn't it?
You can be, yes, you can be living because you are associated with the Prārabdha karma and the body which is connected with Prārabdha.
This is not the ultimate moksha which we dream of for which ends the rebirth, cycle of birth and rebirth.
No, it is a good question. It is ultimate moksha. Whatever question you are asking, that will be answered within 3 or 4 next verses, next 5 verses.
Okay, that's what I was asking.
Punaravarti Varjuta, that means there is no rebirth. And right here within the body, the sage, the person with wisdom realizes the moksha which does not bring him back to any rebirth. Right here. So that's what Śaṅkarācārya is saying. That's what will come in the next 2-3 verses.
Okay, that was my doubt. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So the thing is, all right. See, the thing is, Kaivalya and all are complicated words. I didn't want to get into it. Kaivalya means, Śaṅkarāya view of Kaivalya, Vadagalaya view of Kaivalya, Śaṅkarācārya's view of Kaivalya. It becomes very complicated. We don't want to take that.
Kaivalya has got only one meaning. Not belonging to any.
Kevalasya bhava means aloneness, aloofness, alone, being alone. That's all. But the term Kaivalya has traditional meanings which are very complicated.
That all confuses us.
We don't want to take it right now. Today it is not the topic. Some other day we will take the topic seriously. We will go in the 6th chapter, end of 6th chapter, Kaivalya is explained, and in Brahmajñānī there is difference of opinion among different Ramanuja followers and other things. We will take it. We will deal with that. We are not afraid of that concept. But it becomes complicated when you look at 5th chapter. We are looking at 5th chapter, and we have to look at from the eye of the perspective of Śaṅkarācārya's view here.
Okay, Swami, I apologize to ask this again. So it's like once that ignorant Jīva knows that his existence is, knowing that he exists itself is ignorance.
Yes.
Once who knows that? Who gets to know that? Again?
The person who has ignorance.
Okay, fine. Okay. And he knows
all
that.
of us should know.
See,
and then
the person without ignorance doesn't know that.
Right. Okay. So once he knows that, immediately after knowing that, if at all he realizes that, there is consequently no need or requirement of any more seeking or knowledge or whatsoever. Everything else just dissipates, is it?
Yes. That is, once you know that you are Brahman, everything else, there is no need to study, go through anything, nothing. It is Jivan Mukti, the right there.
It is not that easy, no.
That's a different question.
I have a question here. Sorry.
One at a time, slow, one at a time.
You still happen to experience this world because of your Prārabdha, right?
Yes.
And you are knowing that you are having that experience, correct?
For the Brahmajñānī, he doesn't know. Brahmajñānī sees only Brahman, but his body, mind, intellect goes on acting. It is like, suppose there is a flywheel and you turn the electric switch on and it is running, the motor is running. When you take the electric switch off, there is no electricity, but still the flywheel is running because of a momentum. Like that, the Purva Karma momentum makes it act, but he is not acting, he is just watching.
One minute.
The body is
One minute, Krishna.
even
one
the part of it is an
opinion I want to
please,
tell.
one at a time. Tell me, complete. Aditya ji, complete.
even that watching part is a certain action only, right?
See, he is not watching.
Okay, experience.
He's
Let's
independent
use
of the work.
Let's use experiencing. Let's use that to say that he is devoid of all activities.
He is devoid of experience too. The external world, he is not experiencing. He is only experiencing Brahman only. And the external world is only an appearance of Brahman only for him.
And
No,
that
can I-
somehow leads that Kaivalya Moksha.
Swami, please wait. Let him finish. Let him finish his thought. Okay. Go ahead.
And that Kaivalya Moksha leads to the Videha Moksha, is it?
Here, Kaivalya Moksha and Videha Moksha are not discussed. Right? That is a separate topic. We have to get it to a context.
Okay.
Kaivalya Moksha, Videha Moksha, where is it defined here in the Bhagavad Gītā, chapter 5?
Oh, okay, sure. Thanks.
Yeah.
Can I now say?
Shambhagami, go ahead.
See, the very act, the very thing, questioning and answering itself, the result of avidya.
Correct.
That's
True.
what I feel.
Yes, true. True. Because there are no questions for the person who knows that he is Brahman, and there's nothing else of value exists.
That means you have to cross all this and then we have to go beyond.
Correct. Then for such a person, he is replete, complete. He has no questions. And he is a Jnani. And see, Jnani, according to one thing, I just want to clarify, who brought this up? When I was discussing with Vikram Jagannathanji, we talked about this. Who is an Ajnani? Who is a Jnani? Ajnani is also a Jivatma, who is Jivatma. And that Jivatma has an association with a body, mind, intellect, which has ignorance. And his judgment is clouded. And who is Jnani is also a Jivatma, who is associated with a Sattvika body, mind, intellect. So he knows what the truth is. The truth is Brahman is the real truth. So these two are also consciousnesses. In what way? They are what do you call? Just like how you say pot space. There's a jar here, jar 2 here, jar 3 here, there's a pot here, there's a bowl here. There are different things. Each one is holding on to space. That is, there's a space within. But they think that space is theirs. But the space is only one space everywhere. So this body, mind, intellect is thinking that there is personal space. This is not personal space. And the personal space is an ignorance. Once that ignorance goes away, there is no personal space. There is only one Ātman. And that Ātman has no action, no activity, nothing. Pure consciousness, pure experience. That's all. That you can experience not by talking, not by listening to me, but actually experiencing it. Understood?
It needs a lot of sadhana.
Yes. It needs high sadhana, shuddhi, chitta shuddhi to the highest extent. And in these things are not very different between Śaṅkarabhāṣya, Rāmānuja and Navadvabhāṣya. Even for Rāmānuja, you need chitta shuddhi. But only thing Rāmānuja adds it, he adds one more element is required. What is that element?
Sharanagati.
Sharanagati is one aspect. What comes from God? That is grace.
Grace of the Lord.
You cannot achieve by yourself.
Isn't that what
he has to hold your hand and take you further. His grace.
The Tengala belief of Sharanagati.
So the thing is, that is the difference in Śaṅkarabhāṣya. Śaṅkarabhāṣya also agrees with grace. Śaṅkarabhāṣya in the Tameva Sharanam Gaccha Tharva Bhavena Bharata Tat Prasadat Param Shantim. In the Tat Prasadat, Bhagavad Prasadat, Śaṅkarācārya says you need grace. but this modern Advaitis do not understand it. So there's a big difference between the modern Advaita gurus and Śaṅkarabhāṣya. Śaṅkarabhāṣya beautifully combines grace also, but it gives less value or less exposure to grace because he wants to sound like a Buddhist, that's all. Because he was surrounded by probably Buddhists and he had to appeal to Buddhists at that time. That's why he is just hiding certain things, grace issues, he is hiding. Śaṅkarācārya is not unaware of grace. He has written that all over the Gita Bhashya after you look at 18th chapter. That is why, what do you call, K.S.V. Swami used to say, Dvaita Matatva, Vishishta Dvaita Matatva, Vande, Aikyam Advaitatte Moodi Vechirka. Yeah, why have they hidden Advaita? Ramanujacharya and Madhvacharya have hidden Advaita. There is Advaitic meaning within the Shastras, but they have covered it up. Why?
It's very easy to get deluded saying that you don't exist by your mind. Like your mind can fool you to think that you know, but maybe you don't.
Correct, one thing, but there's something more to it.
There is a practical difficulty in every step.
Bhakti poetry, prominence to bhakti poetry. The bhakti will go away. To protect bhakti, Ramanujacharya and Madhvacharya emphasized that you are not Paramatma, you are different from Paramatma, you will never become there according to Advaitin, but right now you are not Paramatma according to Ramanujacharya. So they separated the individual and Paramatma so that you develop bhakti. That is why Bhakti Amam Abhijanati Ātman Yaschasmi Tatmataha Tato Me Tatvato Jñātva Bhakti Amam Abhijanati Ātman Yaschasmi Tatmataha Tato Me Tatvato Jñātva Vishate Tadanantaram. So the thing is, bhakti is the most essential thing. Bhakti Amam Abhijanati. You want to know who Lord Krishna is, you need bhakti. So the bhakti as a discipline, bhakti as a bhakti yoga, as a methodology, is very important to get jnana. After you get jnana, you become 1 or 2 or 3, it doesn't matter. First, get jnana. But everybody thinks that I already have gotten jnana here because I already know I'm Brahman. This is all stupidity. Śaṅkarācārya says in the Ishavasya Upanishad very beautifully, Ishavasyam idam sarvam yatkincha jagatyam jagate tena tyaktena munjitaha magradakasya siddhanam. He says in the first verse, he says, we have to cover everything by Ishvara, who is Ātman. All this universe, multiple universe, everything, all this multiplicity should be covered, like how pure fragrance covers up perspiration and other kind of bad smells. So you need to use the Ātman's pure fragrance to cover up this universe. He says that. Then such a person who knows Ātman is the main thing, Brahmajñānī, should go to the forest and should not come back and he should not work on anything. He should be only Brahmajñānī. He says that. But only if you cannot do it, Kurvanneveha karmani jiji vishe chatakam samaha. He says, such a person should wish to live 100 years by doing Yajñā-Yagādi Vyavahāra karmas. And he cannot give up the Vyavahāra karmas because Yajñārthat karmanonyatra lokoyam karma bandhanaha. If you do anything which is not according to Yajñā, you will be bound by karmas. Śaṅkarācārya stresses that karma is necessary for all the people who cannot understand that everything is Brahman. So he says the highest level of person, he will not do karma because he knows other than Brahman, nothing exists for that person. It is like Nammalvar sitting in a samadhi. But for the rest, they have to work. They have to Yajñā-Yagādi karmas or whatever is said in the Bhagavad in the Shastras. This particular aspect, I have never seen any modern Advaiti talk about it.
Oh, giving and taking is a part. We cannot give it up.
The karma automatically just happens so, or the environment or the situations just so happens so that he happens to lose his karma, is it? Because he is a jnani, he is not going to know what he should quit or he should not quit and all those things, right? Once he realizes that everything is just happening and he's not doing it.
The karma will go away by itself. The karma shackles will just fall off.
Okay.
So the thing is, see, for example, this is what example given by K.S. Swami about Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, right? Ramakrishna Paramahamsa was asked to do the funeral rites to his mother in the village. He was asked to come there. He came. And then it seemed the priest said, okay, Ācamanam Parna, do Ācamana, Achyutaya Namaha. He put some water into his hand and said, take. The moment he put the water, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa thought of Achyuta completely. And he couldn't go further. Ananta, he could not utter. Achyuta, he just went into a trance. And the water fell off his hand. Because the hand, everything clogged. Everything froze. Because his mind was 100% devoted only to Achyuta and he could not even think anything else. That stage is a very, very high stage. Only such a person need not do karmas.
The Gospel of Ramakrishna says these things. One is I and Brahman are different. Then I and Brahman are the same. I am the Brahman. And finally, everything is Brahman. That is the last state in Samadhi. That's what it said.
Yeah. That those portions will come again here. Actually, in Ishavasya Upanishad, they will come. After a few months, I may start Ishavasya Upanishad Bhashya, comparing 3 Bhashyas on Ishavasya Upanishad. I may start a separate class. I'm thinking about it in the next few months. Let's see what happens. I have to just go through Ishavasya first completely. I'm now working on it. So, if you, what you call Śaṅkarabhāṣya, if you give value to it and understand properly, it's just a different way of looking, that's all. It's just a model, but it works fine. Okay, today it's going a little bit longer. Let's see how long we can continue. Let me finish some more portions, okay? Nadatte kasichit papam na cheva sukritam vibhuh jnānena avritam jnānam tehana mushyanti jantavaha. Did we do this? Hold on, what did we do? Yeah. So Devi nature Swabhava, Devi Hesha Mama Gunamayi Mama Māyā Duratya, we did this. Now we are looking at Nadatte Kasichit Papam. Okay, that's true. Nadatte Kasichit Papam Nacheva Sukritam Vibhuh Ajnānena Avritam Jnānam Tena Mukhyanti Jantavaha. The Lord does not take good deeds or bad deeds of any person. So people who are deluded by ignorance, so ignorance is causing the problem. The verse is a little difficult to understand. Śaṅkarabhāṣya clarifies it in his own way, right? The question, with what object then is done by the devotees any meritorious act? See, there are so many devotees, nice people, who do meritorious acts, punya karmas, like acts of worship, aradhana, archana, vandana, dasya, many things. They do sacrifice yajñas, they give charity, they give free food, water, shelter for people, and the offering of oblation into fire, swaha, different kind of offerings to the devatas. All these things are done by people. Why? What is the value of this? Why are they doing it? These are good devotees. They are sincere people who follow the dictates of the Vedas. Vaidika karma they're doing. The Lord says in reply, the Krishna says in reply, discriminative knowledge is enveloped by ignorance. Their knowledge is clouded. That is why they are in this trouble. They are doing all this Yajna-Yaga and stuff like that because their knowledge is clouded. What does it mean? The ignorant people think in this samsara, I am acting, I am doing this yajna, I am praying to get this value, I am praying to make sure everybody is all right. I cause to act, I shall enjoy the benefits. I also make others enjoy the benefit. All these things are ignorance. Why is it ignorance? You are thinking that you are the body, you are the mind, you are the intellect. Only then you need all these things for the yajnas. Why do you need to do any yajna? If you are not connected with anybody, anything, not even your body, then there is no need for anything. Wisdom is enveloped by ignorance to everybody. That's why we see this universe as separate from us. Mortals are deluded. So there, a question comes up. Lord Krishna himself says, Saha yajñais praja srishtva purva vacha prajapatihi anena prasa vishyadvam esha vostvishta kamadhuk. So Lord Krishna says, all these yajñas are all put together. Why? Even the Chaturmukha Brahma who started the race of the human race long time back, he created the individuals. He said, look, there are these yajñas. You do these yajñas, then the Indra and other devatas will help you. They will give you food, water, shelter, people, supporters, helpers, and water. You will get sunshine, water, vegetables and all these things which grow so that you can eat. And so you take care of Indra and other things doing your yajnas. The Indra and other devatas will give you good energy in the body, good eyesight, and also give you water and vegetables and other things, whatever grows. So the same Krishna is supporting Yajna this. And he says that is there only because of individuals do not know. Their knowledge is enveloped by Ajnana. Why? Because the very body, this Praja Srishtva means the moment somebody is born, he is born with a body, right? That means Ajnana is already there. Ignorance is inside the package. So there the yajna, if you do this Ishwarartham, yajno vai Vishnu. So Vishnu Artham, Ishwarartham, if you do, the actions will not bind you. Slowly you will get Chitta Shuddhi and you will get knowledge to attain Paramatma. So that is there even in the 3rd chapter. But here Śaṅkarācārya answers a slightly different aspect of what Krishna is saying. Now, Jnānena tu tadajnānam yesham nāshitam ātmanah tesham aditya jnānam prakāsheti tatparam. We will take this later because here Rāmanujabhāṣya is very clear and he is saying you have to give value for Jīva as separate. Jīva is separate from Paramatma. You have to give value to that. So that's what Brahmajñānī argues, but Śaṅkarācārya doesn't even care about it at this point here. He has already made up his mind that there are only Jivas are not real entities. They are just reflection-like entities. The real entity is only one thing, that is Ātman. No other real entity is there. So his mind is made up. We will come to that discussion in the next class. Unfortunately, last week I could not take the class. Whenever I get time, I will definitely next week on Friday, I will try to do this class. We'll continue with 16, 17, 18, 19. Some very important things are covered in the next 5-6 shlokas.
There are some very good articles in Prabhuddha Bharata of 1991, January, on this particular topic.
Prabhuddha Bharata, huh? Can you send it? Can you send it to me so that I will read it before next class?
Sure. I will see. I read from the library actually. I will see if I can get the photograph of that.
Yeah, try to get the photograph. It will be of a lot of value.
Sure.
Any other question before we stop here today? No questions? Okay. Asmat Gurubhyo Namaha, Asmat Parama Gurubhyo Namaha, Asmat Sarva Gurubhyo Namaha. Shri Krishna Parabrahmane Namaha, Shri Lakshmi Narasimha Parabrahmane Namaha, Shri Lakshmi Hayavadana Parabrahmane Namaha, Sarvam Shri Krishna Namaste.